One man walked into a casino and in a single year lost $127 million. Not over a lifetime. In 1 year. He lost so much that he personally accounted for more than 5% of everything that casino made in the entire city of Las Vegas that year. And here's the part that makes no sense until you understand how this actually works. The casino did not take that money from him by force. They gave him gifts the whole way down. A private 3-bedroom suite, cash back on his losses, a multi-million-dollar line of credit, tickets to see the Rolling Stones. They treated him like a king right up until the moment they had him arrested. By the end of this, you will understand why the comps, the free suites, the free flights, the free everything that every gambler dreams about are the most expensive things in the entire building, and why they are engineered on purpose to end exactly one way. If you appreciate this kind of breakdown, gently tap that like button. Let's get into it. Start with the word itself. Comp. It is short for complimentary, and that word is doing a lot of quiet work. When a casino gives you a free room, free meals, free show tickets, a free flight, you are meant to feel like a valued guest, like you have arrived. The truth is colder than that. A comp is not a gift, it is an investment, and the casino has done the math before they ever hand it to you. Here is how the math works. Every game on the floor has a house edge, a small built-in advantage that guarantees the casino wins over time. They watch how much you bet and how long you play, and from that they calculate your theoretical loss. That is the amount they expect to win from you in the long run. Then they hand back a slice of that expected loss as comps. So the free suite is not generosity. It is a rebate on money they have already calculated they are going to take. The more they give you, the more they expect you to lose. And the biggest player they ever ran that math on was a man from Nebraska named Terry Watanabe. Watanabe was not some reckless kid with a credit card. He had run a real company, a successful family business, for years. He was wealthy, respected, a serious philanthropist. That matters, because the story only works if you understand he was not stupid. He was exactly the kind of careful, established person who thinks this could never happen to him. In the final months of 2007, he sat down at Caesar's Palace and the Rio, both owned by the same company, Harrah's, and he began to play. And the losses were not normal. Over that year, he lost around $127 million. To put that in perspective, gaming experts said he accounted for roughly 5.6% of Harrah's entire Las Vegas gambling revenue that year. One customer. More than a 20th of everything the company made in the city. So the casino did what the math tells them to do with a player like that. They opened the taps. A 3-bedroom palazzo suite, a $12,500 transportation allowance, a $3 million line of credit, Rolling Stones tickets, and the one that matters most, 15% cash back on any month where his table losses passed $500,000. Sit with that last one, because it is the whole trick. 15% back on your losses sounds like a safety net. It feels like the house is on your side, softening the blow. What it actually does is quietly rewrite the math in your head. Lose $1 million, get $150,000 back, and it does not feel like losing $1 million. It feels like a deal. That rebate is not there to protect you. It is there to make the next bet easier to place. And the credit line does the same job from another angle. When you never touch actual cash, when it is all just markers and numbers on a screen, the losses stop feeling real. Every single perk was engineered to keep him in that chair. Now, before we go further, I need to clear something up. Because if you go read the headlines about famous gamblers, you are going to get lied to by big numbers. And once you see how the lie works, you will never read one of these stories the same way again. Take Harry Kakavas, an Australian high roller. The headlines say he gambled $1.5 billion at Crown Casino in Melbourne. $1.5 billion. It sounds impossible. And it is, because that is not what he lost. That figure is turnover, the total of every bet he placed. When you play baccarat for hours, you bet the same money over and over. Win a hand, bet it again, lose it, buy back in. The number balloons into the billions, but it is the same pile of chips going around and around. His actual net loss, the money that was really gone, was about 20 million Australian dollars. Still a fortune. But 20 million, not 1.5 billion. Both numbers are technically true, and the gap between them is exactly the thing the casino is happy to let you misunderstand. Same trick with Maureen O'Connor, the former mayor of San Diego. Headlines said she gambled more than $1 billion. Turnover again? Her actual net loss was around 13 million, some of it money she took from her late husband's charitable foundation to keep playing. And then there is Archie Karras, who ran the other direction first. He showed up in Vegas with $50 and, over about 2 years, turned it into 40 million on one of the greatest hot streaks the city has ever seen. Then he gave all 40 million of it back. The house does not care which direction you are running. It just needs you to keep running. Real quick, if you are getting something out of this, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Every week I break down the real cost of the things people think they want. The jet, the yacht, the mansion, and stories exactly like this one. All right, back to Watanabe, because this is where the free suite sends its bill. The markers came due. Watanabe had signed for $14.7 million in credit he could not pay back. 38 unpaid markers. And the casino that had been treating him like royalty, comping his suite, and rebating his losses, turned around and had the state charge him with felony theft. The king became a defendant. That is the whole arc of a comp in one sentence. They roll out the red carpet on the way in, and they call the district attorney on the way out. But Watanabe told a darker version of what happened in that suite. When he countersued, his claim was that the casino kept him gambling by keeping him impaired, supplying him with alcohol and prescription painkillers while he was visibly intoxicated, so he would stay at the table and keep signing markers. The casino denied it. In the end, the criminal charges were dropped as part of a larger settlement, and both sides walked away quiet. I am not going to dwell on the substance abuse piece, but it matters for one reason. The comps were never about hospitality. They were a delivery system built to keep a man playing long past the point where he could stop. So here is what all of it comes down to, and it is the same lesson every asset on this channel keeps teaching. The private jet costs more to keep than to buy. The island bills you whether you visit or not. And the comp, the free thing, the gift, is the most expensive item in the building because it is priced from your own expected losses and handed back to keep you spending. The house does not need to cheat. The math already wins over time. All the casino has to do is keep you in the chair, and every comp, every rebate, every free suite is a tool built for that one purpose. The most useful thing you will ever understand about a casino is this. When they start giving you things for free, that is not a sign you are winning. It is a sign they have run the numbers on you and they like what they see. The casino never beat Terry Watanabe. It rewarded him all the way to the bottom. If you want to see this exact same math at its most extreme, I broke down the private jet that costs $6 million a year just to sit in a hangar. Same trap, different toy. You can watch that one right here.